Maybe my microphone was off there for a second. I'm not sure. How we doing, boys? Top of the fucking morning. You should be able to hear me now. Or at least I hope you can. I'm still trying to work out how to use these bullshit headphones. I should have bought a microphone with me really, but it weighs like a lot and it's too much space in the suitcase, so I have to make do with this piece of shit, unfortunately. How we all fucking doing? Yeah, there we go, we're back. I'm kind of concerned as well that I'm going to struggle to find a stream for this because obviously, like, I pay for my subscriptions, but they don't really work very well over here. Mr. 509, how you doing? The parlays are locked and loaded. Um, it's 5:20 in the morning here, and I am ready to go. I'm sleep free, and I'm ready to go. I woke up to something fucked on my roof. Well, you do live in Australia, so it could have been any manner of weird alien type creature. Still, I don't know what it was. Sounded like an elephant was jumping around up there. Like, see, if that was me, I would have just stayed in my bed and prayed. I'm not the kind. I'm not the kind to go out and face the danger. We've got you covered for streams, bro. It may come down to that. Oi, 17 people, 4 likes. You lot of dogs. You know what, Dougie? I like to build up the faith in here. So like I like to like earn the likes before I ask for them. Funnily enough, I forget to ask for likes on pretty much every stream for that very reason. How you doing though, Dougie? Looking forward to seeing your entire take on this card. 'Cause I think it's gonna be a good one. Surely it can't wait, hang on. Surely it can't fail, right? How you doing, Capitan? This is it's not really a major statement, but this is hands down the best. This is the best card on paper this year. Which, let's be honest, isn't really saying much, but nevertheless, we're gonna make do with the year. Nah, whip 'em early, mate. The chat are savage. Do you know what I really like sometimes? Like, I'll come on when I open up my stream, I'll find out that like there's sometimes like 6 or 7 people waiting in here. Dougie, do you remember when we didn't even have 6 or 7 people in here? Period. And now we get 6 or 7, sometimes 10 people just waiting for me to turn up. It's amazed my head hasn't turned into an even bigger balloon than it is. Yeah, well, I think we're looking at about 45 minutes, something like that. I'm hoping that I'll be able to log in on UFC. 'Cause I usually watch it on like I usually watch the prelims on Fight Pass, and then we kind of see, and then I kind of switch over to Discovery then. But I'm looking at stream stuff at the moment, and it's looking a little bit dodgy. I'm not gonna lie. It might be a challenge. Ban Nacho, he's the worst. He wanted that hot dog video. Bro, that hot dog video, I'm gonna be honest with you, Dougie, yeah. When I tuned into it, I got like a minute in, and when you brought the plain hot dog into the equation, I was thinking, if he rags on a plain hot dog, I'm gone. But fortunately, you came through. I thought, personally, a plain hot dog, as we know, I'm a dry guy. Plain hot dog is definitely A tier for me. But I did like your sentiments about, nothing to fuck it up. But as soon as you started talking about ketchup and mustard, you lost me there, bro. Shit's disgusting. But anyway, how you doing, Princess Nokia? True, you're basically guru now. I mean, if you put it into percentage values here, I was thinking about this the other day. His channel is only 270 times bigger than mine. But when you put it that way, it's not that bad. You got to put these things into perspective. It's like I've told you guys multiple times though. Now that I've hit 1K, I'm like, and I'm nearly at 1.1K as well. I'm a couple of subs off 1.1, so I don't even think about it anymore. How you doing, Gilly? I assume you've got your round robin set up and locked and loaded. Just a reminder to people, if you look in the description, silkpajamas.vip, it's not a paid subscription. Friends of the channel, we have community picks over there. Um, Wonderful place to all pull together and see who really does have the best picks. So points-based system, it's really a lot of fun. And I know that it's for professionals only because your boy's at the top of the table. That isn't proof enough. The man. Frankie, I'm going to be live in about 10 minutes, but we're doing that panel tomorrow, right? 100%. It'll be the same time that I usually do it, like UK time. So I think it will be about 4 o'clock in the morning for me, something like that. I've spoken to the people who are going to be involved. It's going to be a closed panel this time. Um, but so far, No Chill saying he'll pitch up. Good Noodle saying he's going to pitch up. You're saying you're going to pitch up, and we might get one or two to pop in. But I want to try and keep the channel on the panels on Sunday a little bit more like, you know, concise, so that people know what to expect when they turn up on a Sunday. Not until tonight, my friend. No worries, bro. So yeah, look in the description. Class, fuck off, mate. We've already gone through all this bullshit. You could, and actually, Klaus, you're not lying. I think you are at the beginning of the stream. If you click on live, you'll see that the sound is back. Wow, one of the creators of Silk Pajamas is at the top. Definitely not sus. What, me? I'm not a creator of Silk Pajamas. Or is there somebody else who's near the? No, maybe you're talking about somebody else. I'm worried for Volk. I'm very worried for Volk. I think Volk is gonna lose, and I think he's gonna lose quite early. I reckon the fight lasts about, I'm saying maximum 2 rounds. I reckon Diego Lopes is gonna chin him out and then get on top and just ground and pound his face into mushy peas. That's what I'm expecting. Yeah, my bad. I wasn't sorry, Klaus. Sorry to immediately go on the defensive there. I did. My sound was fucked at the beginning. Ige is the parlay breaker. I've been saying it. Ige is a very dangerous one for sure because he's very hard to finish. You know, he's got knockout power. Is he fighting again? Man, this whiskey's kicking in already. I definitely didn't include either side of the Ige fight on my parlay. He's fighting. Sorry, guys. He's fighting Sean Woodson. Yeah, the thing is with Sean Woodson, yeah, Sean Woodson is like very, very he's dangerous because he's obviously got very weird attributes for that division. But and he's looked great in his last few, but he's had some really dodgy losses as well. And Ige is at least very durable and he's got a bit of pop on his shots. But I think Woodson's got all the advantages. He's got the range. He's a decent finisher himself. But yeah, Paddy is Leng. You definitely are. You definitely are young, aren't you? Leng is what the UK kids are saying these days. I don't have any national pride in Paddy, no, because I'm not really English. I'm only English when it suits me. I'm Irish through and through, sir. So Woodson has one loss, does he? I thought he had two. I'll have to take your word for this one, or I could just look it up. I'm pretty sure you're saying that. Yeah. Oh, he's got one loss and one draw. That was it. Or was it a no contest? The thing is though, man, he's 32 years. He's got such a weird body, doesn't he? This cunt. He's got such a weird body. Yeah, it was a draw with Luis Saldana, and it was a split draw. And Luis Saldana ain't exactly a world beater. Dennis Bazookia going decision. Decision split against Charles Jourdain. There's some dodgy ones in there. I know he knocked out Padilla, but Padilla's the competition ain't there, is what I'm saying. I do think that Sean Woodson's probably gonna win, but I'm not putting any money on it. Fuck that. Ige's dangerous, man, and Ige's faced way better competition. So I don't know. I bet on Lopes by KO. I've abandoned my boy. Nothing like being a traitorous little turncoat, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I don't really Woodson's one I'm definitely staying away from. But I've got like a whole I've decided this time because it's such a big card, like I've got a whole card parlay where I put like a little amount of money on like a fiver or something and I've picked every fight on the card on the one chance that I might someday pull it off, which I never have in watching 12 years of MMA. I've come close like dozens of times, but I'm always one off at the very least. So but I figured I'd stick a little cheeky fiver on that. But I didn't put the Woodson fight on anywhere near any of the two major parlays that I've got going. Woodson improves with each fight. I don't think that's necessarily the case, man. I just think that Woodson is a bit of a freak for this division. But that draw and that loss was very questionable to me. And his level of competition is questionable to me as well. And the fact that he looks like an alien and he's 32. He's not very experienced for a 32-year-old. That to me is an issue. And in case you didn't hear me say this before, I'm not sure he's even human. He's just got a very weird body. Frankie, you started listening to me with like 25% of your bets. No, no, no. I've never listened to you, and I never will. I respect you somewhat. What you're basically saying is we now agree on 25% of the bets. It's not like we disagreed on everything, but just like how things go here, you tend to focus on the things that you have a disagreement on as opposed to the things you do agree on. But start of the year we definitely seem to be disagreeing more than we were agreeing, and I feel like things are lining up a little bit more now. If Woodson had been given the Sean or Paddy treatment, he'd be massive. Oversized striker, NPCs would be so hyped. But this is what we were talking about with the whole issue with the UFC. It's like, it's it's not a meritocracy, is it? It's pretty much who they feel like pushing and when. There's no consistency to it whatsoever. Yeah, that somewhat comment was a little bit suspect. Oi, blood, how you doing, Westy? Hope you're having a wonderful day, you beautiful bastard, you. As always, it's good to hang out with you fine people. I'm going to try and hang out for as long as I possibly can because I might be begging people for a stream at some point because I cannot see it on UFC Fight Pass. The prelims. It's saying they start in 2 hours, which I mean, I'm not that psyched to see Norla Cano versus Haley Cohen, who I'm surprised is only the slight betting underdog because she's absolute trash. I'm not really itching to see that one, but still, I don't know. I'm dubious. Frankie, I'll make 5 figures in profit this card off $1,100. I promise. Um, you probably. I mean, the thing is, I'm sure your gambling system works really nicely, but I imagine it must be stressful every fucking week, though. His fight with Jordan was very close. I personally thought it was a. I personally thought it was a unanimous decision. I thought Woodson won 2 rounds to one, but it was close. JPL, don't get him started. Don't wind him up. But yeah, we should be kicking off the prelims in about half an hour. Starting with a nice shit break, which is very generous of the UFC. But as I said, this is going to be a rough one for me because I've been awake all night. Card is starting at about 6 a.m. So we'll see how it goes. So let me know, you guys, what your if you got any decent parlays that you've got going. I don't think I'm going to put anything else on unless stuff fails because I tend to put a little bit more money into like the bigger cards. But we'll see how things go. Maybe Gilly, when I retire again, I might start looking more into this system and seeing if I can make money regularly off it. So yeah, we'll see. What up, Frankie? So fucking ready for this card. Yeah, B7. This is a big one. Snort caffeine for energy. Do you know what? Yeah, I'd rather start on cocaine if I'm going to start snorting anything. I figured you've got to start with you know, the recommended thing first before I start experimenting with stuff up there. Dog parlay, Ige, Lopes, and Bryce. I like that. I like that. I never do all dog parlays. I might chuck one or two in there. There's great odds on Yair and Krylov. The thing is though with the Yair one, Yair matchup wise, this should be an easy fight for him because Pitbull's an old cunt, but also he really struggles with distance strikers because his entire thing is getting in the pocket and unleashing like uppercuts and short range strikes, which Jair is very good at kind of negating. But I don't know, and also with the Krylov one, the Krylov odds do look very very generous. However, he has been out of the cage for a long time, and in those weight classes, everyone's dangerous. You make one mistake and bang. Pimlet, Chulio, Erosa, Hooper, Oleksiejczuk, and Silva. Silva's not a lock though. Silva's not a lock. The thing is, this is where the whole lock thing is kind of a dangerous term for me because like the reason why I don't qualify and the odds on Silva are definitely too wide. Because with Silva, you can see a very clear path to victory for Bryce Mitchell. You can see it. Pitbull's very low output. He'll have his leg and body destroyed before he finds his opportunity. The thing is, though, Pitbull's a strange one, yeah, because sometimes he looks like an absolute world beater. Like I remember he fought oh, what's that guy in Bellator that I used to really like? He lost to the Irish lad, Paul Hughes. Fuck, what's his name again? He's a lightweight. Oh no, it's not. Hang on. Fuck, hang on. Let me get this guy's name. This is how you know the. This is how you know the. This is how you know the whiskey's fucking melting my brain. Um, Hang on. By the time I figure out this cunt's name, it's not even gonna matter. You're not gonna care anymore. Um, it's because the name Reese McGee is in my head and it's not. Anyway, it's a guy that Pitbull fought twice, and Pitbull got starched out by him the first time, lost the belt. AJ McKee. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's it. AJ McKee. So so like he got starched out by AJ McKee the first time, and then in the second fight, just absolutely dominated him. So that's the thing about Pitbull. He can be a little bit inconsistent, but when he's good, he's very, very good. And then he goes and loses to fucking Sergio Perez, who was a non-entity in the UFC. And I know he was Bellator champion for a little bit. But he's a tiny little cockroach, and he absolutely schooled Pitbull. How you doing, Osby? It's 1:13 in the UK. Well, I don't think it is. I think it's like 10:30, right? It's 5:30 in the morning where I am now. Jumped out for a second there. There are little things. There are times it comes out a little bit because obviously I didn't live in Ireland for a very very long time, but I have an Irish mother, so Frankie is a god. I'm gonna have to get reasonably drunk to get through this one. Princess Nokia, you're welcome in my stream as well. You son of a bitch! Stop trying to steal all of my 3 viewers. You've got like 70,000 subscribers, yes. So show some fucking sympathy for the little guy, yeah. Oh no, Chase's odds are 1.13 decision. He's probably gonna finish him. That's why. I think he finishes Jim Miller. Chase Hooper is actually decent. He's very dangerous at lightweight. Are you drinking wine? No, I'm drinking whiskey, sir. Whiskey, and I've slapped a little bit of cola in there because I'm trying to behave myself. You know. What's wrong with drinking wine? Gilly, sorry I can't. I hope you have a great stream though. Have fun. Yeah, Princess Nokia has better things to do, Gilly. But no, no wine. It's a straight, like for the big cards and when I'm on holiday, you gotta let go, a little bit. So I'm back on the drinking and the vape smoking because obviously you can't drink and not smoke. And then as soon as I go back home, bang off it again, back on the grindstone. Yeah, I'm just joking with Gilly. We're all basically same at a part of the same team anyway. The amount of times that Gilly has shown support to my lives as well. People are going to choose what they're going to do anyway. It's like when you ask people to subscribe to different people. You can ask politely and say, "Can you subscribe to this person?" But ultimately, people are going to make their own decisions. I won't tolerate wine slander. So the thing is, yeah, when I first got here, yeah, the rule that I made here, and I bleated about this a little bit. I was like, when I get there, I'm only going to drink wine. And then I got through I drank like 3 bottles on the first night I was here, and I felt absolutely nothing. So I was like, this isn't going to work. So I've gradually been like upping the ante, and I feel like it's worked out. I haven't had a single hangover since I've been here, which is rare for me because I'm one of those go hard or go home type characters. You know, it's either got to be dancing on the like yesterday night. I went out in the middle of the night and I was just like dancing through the streets and getting like a lot of attention. I'm a bit of a whore like that. Frankie, people float around stream to stream. I've noticed. The thing is, yeah, we're all part of like the same. So you know who the creators are. It's like there's some of us who have very much the same like subscription base or very similar subscription base. So it's which I think is good all around because then if one channel has a problem or goes down and needs to rebuild, you can go back and find the same people who were somewhat loyal to begin with. Yeah, Dougie, you trying to give me bad advice? Dougie, drinking and driving is high tea. This is the thing, yeah. I've got too much tea. I could do with like a. I still wake up with a raging every fucking morning, so I'm still young enough in the game. That's when I'm gonna know it's over. When I wake up with a floppy, I'm gonna know it's time to kill myself. Basically. Cheers, boys and ladies. Nothing like morning glory. And this is not said about Bangkok here. This is on a side note. They have a vegetable called morning glory. Just putting that out there. I like how Dougie's trying to what do you call it like he's trying to like dampen the raw masculine energy here by giving me bad advice. High estrogen men better though. Men with too much testosterone bald early. This is what I'm saying here, Nokia. I'm kind of doing all right. You know, I'm 40. Tilt down here. I'm 40 years old. Haven't started losing my hair yet. But like I said, that's why Turkey exists. That's the only reason. Kebabs and hair transplants. Hair transplant. Forget it. You know what I'm saying? The soy wokies want you to think that drinking lowers tea to pussify men. I mean, that's no. I said morning glory. You filthy degenerate. I don't know anything about morning glory. Sorry, glory holes. What's a glory hole? What is this? What does this mean? I'm 40 years old. Yeah, I turned 40 last year. Facts. I don't drink to look cool. I drink to meet God. This is exact. I mean, this is why I love this community. You guys just get it. High estrogen men are better, so Nokia is a lesbian. Now Nokia is making the point that if we are men that have like that high testosterone leads to certain, let's just say, unfortunate consequences for men, such as such as male pattern baldness and things like that. which are obviously also hereditary. Yeah, Nokia, I'm 40. I know that sounds old, but I feel like I was your age a couple of days ago. My dad is only 4 years older than you. Yeah, that's fucking that's not good. He's got dope tattoos also. That is also true. I am fucking filled to the gilly gilly. I've got an entire history of tattoos all over me. I'm assuming Nokia that you sound like you're a tattoo person as well. Well, the last time I got ID'd was like 2 years ago. Raise your hand if you've been here since before Francis's 40th. And that's the thing. People who know me is like Francis as well. It's like that's how you know you're an OG. Not always though. Depends how the body reacts to the test. You can still have high T and a full head of hair. I think obviously being hereditary, like there's hereditary issues as well. I think there's loads of factors that they have no idea about. Like I remember there's a guy called like Carl Pilkington who used to work with Ricky Gervais here. He maintained that like because you don't like if you don't care about your hair health, that can factor to it as well. Using the wrong hair products, things like that, can contribute. I'm assuming. I want to get tattoos, but I hate everyone I ever got, so maybe not. I do have some tattoos that I regret getting, somewhat. I mean, regret is probably the wrong word, but like I would definitely rethink some of the ones that I've got. But the more like latest one I got, the tattoos I've got in like the last 5 6 years have all been like well thought out and well planned. And obviously, because I'm a little bit better off financially, I can actually get somebody to properly design them rather than getting some random prison cunt to go to work. I just realized this fucking sun is coming up outside. Kids want you, don't get is a man's test. Get so high, the hair on the head melts from the raw energy coming off the body. It's science. I only like tattoos I can easily cover. So you'll see here, like my tattoos here, they end sort of, you know, where a shirt can be worn. Like there's people that I've known for years and years and they don't even know that I've got tattoos. Like I wouldn't get anything visible like on the neck or on my hands or anything like that. So that's a very good philosophy to have. If they called them AIDS holes, would there be less gay men drilling holes in toilet dividers? They might have even more, to be honest. That green screen is really good, by the way, Frankie. Really good. World class. They're making them they're like interactive green screens now. I want to get a teardrop on my face as a face tap. Well, the only time I'm assuming you haven't killed anyone. You seem like a really nice guy. You don't seem like the MDK kind of guy. I only want hideable tattoos because I feel like they're not very feminine. I don't know. I don't know, man. It kind of depends. It depends on like what you're like. They can be tastefully done. My philosophy is here. Always, if you're gonna get something like a tattoo, I know it often doesn't work that way. What I started doing is I would design the tattoo that I wanted, and then I would wait 6 months and still feel and decide if I still wanted it at that point, then I'll go ahead and do it. But it's very hard to have patience when you feel like getting something. And then once you've got a tattoo, you kind of want to like wear clothes that show them off as much as possible. It's like why get a tattoo when you're not going to show them off? So there's a lot of ramifications it can have. That green screen comment was good. Does it look that bad? I mean, like, you can kind of see the dimensions, right? A bit. Yeah, or yeah, you could just go down the Sir Corn route and just like get some like temporary ones and see how they feel. A lot of people don't do that, but you can get temporary tattoos designed really well now. Stick it on for a couple of weeks, see if you still feel the same way about it. First tattoo, oh yeah, because you got the under the lip tattoo. That's a very interesting choice to get that as your first one. That's a that says a lot about your personality, to be fair. Because that would kind of make me nervous, like trusting somebody to tattoo the inside of my mouth. Did they warn you yet that it was gonna fade over time? Hmm. Frankie, so if a woman has a tramp stamp, is that a red flag? Nothing's a red flag, bro. Nothing's a red flag. You know, because to be perfectly honest, like as soon as the genuine red flags show themselves, I just move on. Some men like red flags. It makes things exciting. Like something difficult to deal with. Like a lot of men will talk about how women are crazy or they're like, possessive or whatever, but then they kind of get off on that. Good evening, Kerry. How are you doing, sir? We are doing wonderfully well here. Honestly, at that time, I wasn't thinking about anything, especially quality or longevity of it. Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just it's an interesting choice to go for that body part as your first one, but it also makes a lot of sense as well because it's like again, it's hidden. So, you know, I think if you're thinking about other people when you're getting a tattoo done, that's probably the first mistake. Because first and foremost, you're going to be the one who's going to have to live with it. So, you know, it's like with piercings and stuff. It's like you should never worry about what other people think of you. Just what makes you comfortable. What makes you comfortable. Because if you're doing things that make you comfortable, you ultimately feel more confident, and then people feed off that. So if you're reflecting your own self-image of attractiveness, people are going to respond to that. I like tramp stamps and back dermals. So by tramp stamps here, would a tramp stamp refer to like you basically getting a tattoo of somebody else or like marking like a sexual encounter or something like that? Or like getting a stamp that clearly says I'm a slag. Maybe it's all three of those things. I don't know. I don't know what the hell a back dermal is, and I'm scared to look it up. Hey Frankie, how you doing, Andy B? I hope you found somewhere very, very comfortable to watch tonight's festivities. I think it's going to be a good one. It's starting off a little bit slow, but I'm sure it's going to be cool. A reminder to everyone as well that tomorrow around that's going to be a little bit earlier on American time. Oh, a tramp stamp is getting a tattoo on the back of your hips. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think hip tattoos are quite sexy, to be honest. I think it's a very attractive place for a woman to get a tattoo because it's quite like a seductive body part, you know. But again, that comes down to personal preference. Oh, a tramp stamp is when you're like hitting back shots and you can see a tat on her back. I don't see how that could ever be wrong. Oh, I see what you mean. So it's like in the small of the back here, or is it where like the? I know what you mean. It's like on the lower part of the back here, where the if you've got like a quite a toned body, it's where like the. I'm getting way too descriptive here. I get what you're saying. That sounds. Yeah, I don't know about that. What's up, Frankie? Let's stream. How you doing, Kyrie? Shout out to you and your channel, sir. You mean let's do a panel? I've got to have you on at some point. It's been a minute. I am actually doing a panel tomorrow, but I've already got the lineup sorted out because I'm like I usually do open paddles on a Sunday, but because they've been getting kind of disorganized lately, I'm trying to kind of like, I'm gonna have Sunday as like the regular people one, and I'm thinking of doing like a Tuesday when everything's just open and see how that goes. Andy B, well done for reinstating your channel, bro. We're really glad to have you back. I saw some of your shorts and stuff pop up, and I dropped a couple of oh no, I tell you what, Nokia. There was there was a girl in Thailand that I let's just say I had interactions with a couple of decades ago, and I'm not gonna lie, she did have a tattoo on her back that really, it literally said "fuck ass" and then had like an arrow going down. And I thought to myself, one thing, if you're a woman who lets somebody fuck you in the ass, that's one thing. Personally, it's not an area that I really like to investigate. But if you're actively advertising for people to fuck you in the ass, then you definitely get rodded out on a regular basis. Can I send you a StreamYard link for right now? How? No, because I'm on Restream, so I don't know how that would work. And I'm using very shady, low level technology right now. Like I don't have my microphone here. I've got these $20 headphones in that I'm gonna have to make do with. I guess you heard what Hank said to Idaho and Idaho did this morning. I've heard that they're no longer going to be working together. That's all I heard, and I was told that by Idaho. But I assumed it was just like an amicable split where they just they made an active decision that they were going to go their separate ways and do their own thing, which I didn't assume there was anything sinister to it. My first reaction to anything is I never assume there's any drama involved, and they've obviously been friends for quite a long time, so you can StreamYard from your phone. But then if I'm StreamYarding from here and so I'd have to have a headphone for my phone and then a headphone for my laptop, and then I'd have two things going on. I'm trying to think how that would logistically work. I'm not sure. What would probably be more preferable, Kyrie, is if we just like set one up. Because like I said, when I'm back in the UK, I stream every second day, and I'm not doing a watch along either because I'm too lazy. I'm gonna get drunk and like just enjoy the card. The sun is shining in Australia. The gods have decided to bless us for Volk. No, he's giving you a good start to the day so that when your boy gets fucking ironed out, you're gonna feel a little bit. I don't know why I'm saying your boy. I love Volkanovski, and I said this when the fight got announced. I think this is going to be his last fight. If it goes the way I think it's going to go, and I hope I'm wrong, I think he's going to get ironed out, and then they're going to interview him at the end, and he's going to be like, and then he's going to go off into a big spiel about how he's had a great career, but that Father Time's caught up with him. Everyone's going to have a cry about it, and he's gonna hang up the gloves. I think this is going to be Volkanovski's last fight. If he gets ironed out, he's basically got nowhere to go. Because I don't see him fighting on just to be like, just to have like any. He's when you reach the level that Volkanovski reached, he defended his title 6 times. It's the same reason why Adesanya's like relatively young. He's only 35, but his career feels like it's almost over because when you've been in that many title fights and that had that many title defenses, once you've lost to a couple of like up and comers, um, the downhill like slope tends to be very very steep. Now, Kyrie, I'm not doing that tonight, bro. I'm literally going to be here for like 45 minutes or something, and maybe not even that. And then once the card really gets underway, um, I'm going to go back to Volk is 38. Israel Adesanya is 35. Yeah, Volk's 38. Now, sorry, Curry, if I'd had some advance notice, I would have been on it, but I just think it's going to fuck up my whole thing. Because, like I said, I can't hear what's going on my phone. but I can on my laptop, and I can't have both going at the same time. I know the StreamYard's really easy to link up. You just got to send me the link. But I'm linked on here. Like if you came on here and then linked your channel, it would be different. But running both at the same time, there's going to be a lag between both of them, and it's just going to be a bit sort of mad. But we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out another time. How you doing, Grimy? No, yeah, Volk's 38. And as we know, yeah, nobody in the history of MMA period has won a title at a lower weight class at 35 years and older, and he's 3 years past that margin. And Diego Lopes is looking fucking nasty these days. He's young. He's a hungry lion. He's gonna be way bigger than Volkanovski as well. Volkanovski's coming off. The fact is, yeah, it shows how much respect there is for Volk out there that he's even the favorite because he shouldn't be. And I'm not saying Volk can't win because he's one of the best ever and he's in great shape for this. Obviously, a great fighter. But everything you've seen from kind of the build up to it, the way Lopes has looked, the age factor, everything's telling me he's going to get bonged out. Like I said, I don't want to see it, but if it does happen, I can't. I'll be honest with you. Volkanovski used to be one of my favorite fighters, and he still is. It's better for the division if Diego Lopes wins, because if Volk wins, you've got a champion who's lost to the guy who's vacated it. Whereas, as I said in the last stream, if Diego Lopes wins, there will be people out there saying, imagine if Diego Lopes fucks up Volkanovski in a round. There are going to be people out there that go, I reckon he beats Ilya. And then you've got a legitimate champion. Whereas we know that this Volkanovski doesn't stand a chance against Topuria. And this is the problem with people vacating their belts. Because it leaves the division feeling a little bit discount. If he should retire, it hurt my soul to see Imavov. It didn't hurt my soul. It didn't hurt my soul at all. I bet on Israel. I bet on Israel that night. Yeah, I bet on Israel that night, and when he got slumped out, I was smiling to myself. I did not care. All right, can someone kick out this cunt, whoever this is, who's doing that bullshit? I'm not sure if there's any mods about because I can't kick people out at the moment. But actually, I was saying the other day, why don't I ever get people coming in here and advertising stuff and spamming stuff? And now I do. So do you know what? Leave them here. Who cares? As long as they don't spam, let them stay. All right. So I think we've got about 15, 20 minutes until the card starts. I think it's a little bit long. It's about 15 minutes. Well, obviously, it's not exactly the barn burner that we're all hoping for. Your smile hurts me. What is it, a bit pervy? I've been told I have a bit of a creepy smile sometimes. The predator smile. I'm out. Take it easy, Andy B. And congratulations again on getting the channel up and running. You'll have all those subscribers back in no time. It's not because you lost them because you lost followers. I think people just thought you weren't coming back. But I'm still subscribed. So shout out to Andy B. If you could throw him a sub if you haven't already, that'd be cool. Your smile is fine. Thank you. Thank you. I needed to hear that today, especially at my age. Yeah, if Diego wins, we have a champion who lost to Mozart. Well, technically, he also came in there at short notice and almost got him out there. He almost got him out of there twice. So, and Mozart was actually good. Mozart beat everyone he's fought. So it's not that like Mozart has a legitimate case for he should have been next in line really. If all things were fair and equal, Mozart would be the one fighting Volkanovski. Oh no, just for smiling at Izzy getting spot. I don't like Unk. I don't like Israel Adesanya. I liked him when he didn't say words. That's when I was an Israel Adesanya fan. When he just like fought and didn't say anything. I was a fan. And then as soon as I realized his personality, that was the end of the road for me. Just an annoying son of a bitch. If Diego wins, he will be the worst featherweight champion in the UFC of all time. Nah, that's completely wrong. But mind you, though, now that you mention, yeah, we have had some really good featherweight. For me, the worst featherweight champion we ever had was Conor McGregor. Didn't even defend that shit. With Diego Lopez, yeah, we'll get Diego Lopez is very well rounded, and we'll get like regular title fights. He'll be fighting like 3 times a year because he still hasn't been paid very much, and he's been active his whole career. So we'll get him fighting a whole range of contenders if he wins. He would be like Volk levels. He would be like Volk level. You remember Volk was defending every 3 4 months. That's the one thing I can say about Izzy. I don't like Israel Adesanya mostly. He's like the hate about him is much less serious these days, but at least he was an active champion. I've got to give him that. Connor fell off so hard. It's just it's the lack of it's the lack of defenses for me that ruined his whole legacy. And he was very opportunistic. Like, I mean, he basically tortured Aldo for 2 years and completely threw him off his game. I mean, that was an A class example of what modern warfare can do to somebody who's legitimately good. Because that Aldo that he fought was one of the best fighters of all time. Shout out to you, Dougie. I'll be over there in a little bit. I'm probably gonna hang around for another like I don't know, like half an hour tops, and then I've got outside of watching the card, I've got stuff to do as well. But shout out to Dougie's Corner. Give the man a sub. And if you want to watch a truly entertaining 7 hour live stream, Dougie's Corner is the man. The prelims are on. All right, let's have a look and see if it pops up on. Now this is going to be interesting because I have my concerns. See, why isn't it coming up on here? All right, I might have to improvise here. Watch prelims. You see, it's saying here that why is it on UFC Fight Pass they're not showing the early prelims? Oh, maybe they are. Oh, they are. They are. They are. I'm talking out my ass. There we go. I'll have that on in the background. Have a good fight night, Frankie. See you on the other side, brother. All good, man. Do your thing. Kiss, hug, kiss, hug, kiss, hug. You know, usually I would be creeped out by that, but from you, Dougie, that's actually acceptable. But yeah, if you could get over to Dougie's Corner at some point, truly entertaining, good 7 hour live streams. Um, yeah, so we'll see how things go. They are, yeah, I'm on Fight Pass now as well. I've got it open here. I was worried, yeah, because it said it was going to start in 2 hours, and then now it's suddenly just available. I guess maybe they fucked it up. I assume you're on the same stage as I am, that they're talking about Volkanovski now. I'm very worried for Volkanovski. What do you guys reckon is going to be fight of the night? What are you guys calling as the best fight on the card? Because there's a few contenders for this one. It's mad to think that Diego Lopez is 30 years old or younger than that. I think he might be 29, and he's had more professional fights than Volkanovski. And like he's got the whole Brazilian Mexican thing going on. And I like the fact that he brought some heat to the press conference as well. The whole him with thing with him and Yair. It adds a little bit of excitement to things. If Yair can go out there and bang out Pitbull and Lopez wins, you've got a ready-made. I get the feeling Reyes and Krylov is fight of the night. It's not a bad shout. I think that one's going to be quick though. I think, funnily enough, the fight of the night is going to be Pimlet and Chandler. I reckon. So obvious one to pick, but because it's 5 rounds and they're both, you know, they're not the highest IQ fighters. I would say obviously Paddy has a much higher IQ than Chandler does. But when things get really into it, those two just throw caution to the wind, and I think we could get that. And we know that sooner or later, Paddy's Scousers don't get knocked out. Thing is going to come back to bite him on the ass. We know it's going to happen sooner or later. I just hope it's not against Chandler. Because the fucked up thing with Chandler is if he wins in dramatic fashion, I guarantee you get a fucking post from Islam Makhachev's manager 20 minutes later talking about Chandler, and he ends up getting the title shot. Because for some reason the UFC loves that guy. I think it's their whole like 10 years ago, Chandler would have been the worst thing for the UFC. Cactus, we're getting going. We're literally about 5 minutes or 10 minutes away from the first prelim starting. But the modern day UFC as it is now, it tries to portray itself as like mainstream and not counterculture anymore. So Michael Chandler is what they view as like their ideal poster boy. You know, somebody who seems like he's well spoken, who's wholesome, who looks after himself all year round, is like a family man. That's the kind of person they want representing the UFC. They don't want some like off the hinges cunt who's going to give them trouble. They know Chandler's going to be a good boy and do everything he's supposed to say, and that he's going to put on fun fights, and that he's going to say cringy, annoying stuff, but he's not going to say the wrong stuff. Bro, but Antec, this just proves my point, doesn't it? 2-4 in the UFC. His ranking has barely moved. He got a title fight off his first fight in the UFC. They love that cunt. And I mean, I will say this to Chandler, yeah, even though he's really dumb, and we know he is really dumb, his fights at least always are exciting. But it just sets a bad precedent. But 2-4 is wild. Who in the history of MMA has lost? I don't know what it is. I don't know what the percentage wise is, but they've won like 30% of their fights or whatever it is. They've won 30% of their fights and they're ranked in the top 10. I've never seen that happen. Even at heavyweight, that doesn't happen. But that's probably just because I'm the only real hardcore and I appreciate immaculate skill over low IQ slugfest. I happen to agree with that. I consider myself somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. Like we did Hustle. I don't know if you caught the I finally went on the UFC quiz panel thing on Bodak's show, and I ended up coming second. I only got 3 questions wrong. I was very surprised myself, and I wasn't even cheating. I don't know why I had to say that. That's a very suspicious thing to say. But anyway, sack him. You mean sack Chandler? In any other situation, he would have been sacked. And they're probably paying him a lot of money. He's probably getting $500,000 every fight, which again is just mad. But again, it's what the UFC want to portray themselves as these days. That's how they see themselves, as like a wholesome, you know. That's not the version of the UFC that I want, or the image of the UFC that I want. I just hate everything that comes out of his mouth. And he's so soy. I mean, anyone that says beat me if you can, it's not you're not gonna beat me, or like, it's beat me if you can. It's like it's the most soy way of saying that. Yeah, I was there, you, me, and Drew, or you were in there. I was impressed. Yeah, I did a lot better than I was expecting. But I followed along on a couple of the quizzes before, and like I don't like to I kind of sell myself short with stuff like that. I am like a reasonably knowledgeable person. That was the only moment I knew were the only real hardcore, not like me and the rest of those casual. I tell you what, yeah, Aaron Tats really impresses me as well because he's a very young dude. I think he's like 21, but his knowledge base is crazy, and it's not just on MMA as well. He's got a general knowledge of a lot of things. So it's like I remember Bodak did a quiz on like alcohol, World War, and I did really well on that one as well. But I was just playing along. I wasn't partaking. Aaron Tats is a Bodak quiz cheat, and everyone knows it. I don't think he is because he answers his questions very quickly. Like Bodak can see the response time. I'd love to hate on somebody, Like I think, and again, I love Cheddarhead, but I think Cheddarhead was a little bit more suspicious because he's kind of stopped winning since the format changed. But I can tell you this from experience, and you probably know this as well. Like maybe it's because I'm on camera as well. I think even if I wanted to cheat, it would be very difficult to do so because you pretty much got no time to get it done. You can't well, like I'm sure like if there's a will, there's a way. Tat sounds like he's about 20 years old. How does he know so much? I think he is. I think he's like 2021. Bodak is in on it, trust. You mean he's feeding him the answers, yeah, like in the chase. I fully believe that's what goes on. I've spoken to like Aaron Tatz has been in the channel for a long time. And again, it's not fishy to me with Cheddarhead as well, because I've known these guys for a long time. They've been coming into the channel for years, and obviously we speak on like other platforms as well. So we communicate a lot on things like Discord and stuff like that. And they know their business, you know. And the thing is as well with me with like cheating, it's like um you're always gonna know. Like other people might get fooled by it, but you yourself are gonna know, and that's really the sad thing about all of it. And no one's gonna suck you off for winning a quiz. Sadly, that's not the world we live in. It should be. Quiz winners should be the ones getting the most blowjobs out here. But it doesn't really work like that. All right, well we've got Cornell is now entering the ring. She is ranked 13th somehow. Women. This one should be what Gilly calls a lock because Cohen is legitimately bad. I literally beat Tats 2 weeks in a row, but the quiz glitched both times. That's a bit suspicious. But mind you, glitching is very much a part of the Bodak experience because obviously the way that he presents his show, yeah, and I do not mean that as a criticism because I love Bodak. It's highly technical. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to get something like that off the ground. Cornhole looks like she stinks. Yeah, she does. She does look like she smells. To be fair, Haley Cohen has like a soccer mom vibe as well. Oh, Cornell came in overweight. That's unfortunate. That means she's definitely gonna mug. Haley Cohen is an example of somebody who should be nowhere near the UFC. But again, the image thing, blonde American, looks like she drives her kids to soccer on the weekend. That's what they want. It's this image now that they're kind of going for. She'd be nowhere near the UFC. And she's French, so she checks out. We're gonna have to do an armpit check at some point because we know that they're gonna be hairy as fuck. I don't know why you put a fight like this on the card. What's the point? I get you've got to have like something going on while people file into the arena. It's just like fucking hell. Like this is a huge card. Haley Cohen shouldn't even be in the UFC, and why? I don't know why they're doing this. Like, what's the point? Build the Frenchie. I don't know. Watching Bodak Spurg when I spurged myself because the thing is, yeah, I didn't. I'm kind of glad that I couldn't see what was going on in the chat because apparently like 600 people came flooding into the chat at the same time. And if I'd fully grasped what was going on, I would have shit myself. Just ban women's MMA entirely. Just kick them out of the sport, or put them on like a Tuesday night. I would genuinely watch it. I would watch entire cards enthusiastically if they just put them on their own card and we're just done with it. The resentment comes from putting them on a card where you're trying to get momentum going, and then two fucking untalented cunts get in there and just slap each other a bit and do nothing, and then completely ruin the momentum. Which it looks like we're bang on course for here. We've got some hugging up against the fence already. To be fair, Cohen's already doing better than I was expecting. Cohen does look a little bit stronger than her. If Cornell loses, this is fuck because then Haley Cohen is then going to be ranked by default. It's what the Apex should be used for realistically. Yeah, I think you should only be allowed to fight as a woman. You should only be able to fight on a main card if you've earned it, like genuinely. Like you should be able to you know you have to have like either be a champion or have like a history of like exciting fights. Oh, Cohen's got her down on the ground already, but Cornell has her leg. Oh, no, that was just a good angle. I thought the cheeks were there, but not really. Yeah, this is gonna be a horrifically horrible fight. I always get instantly worried when somebody is just happy being on their back and doesn't do anything. All right, well, I'm gonna head off, guys. If we could head over to Dougie's corner, let's just do a quick check and see who's online. I think we'll head over to Dougie because he's our boy. Oh, brutally honest is what is on as well. Um, and so's Gilly. Well, Gilly's got 13, Dougie's got 12, and Brutally's got 6. So I would say head over to Brutally Honest. Hang on a second, guys. Let me just chuck this in here. All right, boys. I'm gonna head off. Um, fuck Brutally, yeah. Well, yeah. Just so you're aware, like Dougie's on, Brutally's on, and Gilly's on. So you've got the world at your feet, really. It's like I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning here or whatever, and yeah, I'm probably gonna do like drift in and out of this card. So I'll catch all of you soon. We'll be live tomorrow. I think it's like 3 p.m. US time, and we're gonna have all the boys on to react to this card. So have a great one, guys. Good to see you here as always. Look for the links in the description and of all the creators in there, and whatever lives pop in now. Check out Westies. I'll catch you all in a bit. Have a wonderful card. I look forward to talking about it tomorrow. Hopefully, it will be a banger. Ta-da, Antec. Antec, take it easy, bro. Good to have you here as always.